So, when you're playing Security Breach, everyone just wants to play Ruin now, because it's a new thing. But Security Breach is underlooked for the new update. So, today, I'm going to be figuring out what is up with this new update and how it affected the game. Welcome to How Good is the New SB Update. Now, I might as well say now that this is a voiceover. This isn't actually me talking. This is just pre-recorded footage. Now, I'm not really doing much at the moment, but in a second, you're going to see what kind of things we try to do. For now, it's going to be like glitches and simple things. Nothing much is like replaying the game and finding that out. And, yeah, nothing special. But we're trying to figure out how good this update is. Not exactly how perfect it is. But for this first part right here, Freddy, I'm in Freddy, and my goal here is to try and figure out what happens whenever his battery runs out. But in the meantime, I'm going to check out some other things, like, if they change the animatronics looks at all. And by the looks of it, yeah, they didn't really change much, but it's all fine with that. I mean, I think they look good enough as now. But, it's going to be a bit before I get this battery all the way down, so I'll see you when that happens. Okay, ignore what I'm doing here, but, this is all about to see what happens when I get low power, and, of course, they didn't fix the UI here. It's still got that annoying bar that stretches all over the screen. Now, I don't know if they made it a bit more see-through so you can see through it a bit more, which, that's fine. I'm glad they did that, if that is the case. But, I'm going to hop out now and go do some other things that mainly involve, like, the lobby and whatnot, because I've a ton of things I want to do are in there. So I'll see you when I get there. Okay, so there are a few more minor things I want to talk about while we're on our way there. So, I just saw a little thing right there, and I realized that they actually changed the base Security Breach UI for whenever you gotta, press or interact with something. Which, I didn't expect them to do that. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's the same one from Ruin. And the only reason I could tell was because the colors are different, and I crashed for some reason. Which is actually a very cool part of the update, because, that's actually surprising. The only time I've ever crashed in that game is in the Monty Golf elevator. So, I never really expected it to happen anywhere else. So, I guess that's pretty unique. Now, I think this is a good time to mention this, but the loading times have increased by a large number. I mean, I click the saved game I want to play, and I'm waiting forever for it to just go to the loading screen, which is very annoying because I want to play the game. It was a lot shorter before. You would just hit it and it would start loading. So the fact that now I'm waiting forever for the loading to start is annoying. And the official loading screen, the loading screen, they didn't even change it. It's the same. Which they made a cool one for Ruin, so I don't know why they couldn't do one for this. But this one just takes longer than normal, which I don't like. I mean, they could have. Why does it have to be longer loading? Can the game not really handle that? I mean, sorry for all the stuttering. I'm not the best with recording, I mean my voice. Now, after finally getting in the game, I think now's a good time to mention, anytime you're going in an elevator, do not bring Freddy. It just makes everything harder. I mean, he lags out your game like crazy, and it just makes it crash. I mean, it's the easier way to get out of Monty Golf, which I might as well say, Monty Golf is almost impossible to get out of normally. I mean, every time I try to, it crashes my game. If you've been to any of my SB streams, you'd know that. So if any of you are familiar with glitches, you should know the one where you deload the game and you run into the bathroom and you can go into the daycare and get in some other places that you're not supposed to be at that point in time. Yeah, it's a cool glitch. I used to do it I did it on stream one time, but you're gonna see here I'm gonna attempt it, and yeah, they added a little help you load screen there, which was never there before. That's actually pretty cool. Glad they're adding something to the game. I mean, that's one of the bigger changes, and it's barely anything. But I'm going to try it again, with a new strategy in mind, which is pulling up the pause menu whenever the loading screen's up. Yeah, we use that for a bunch of other things to keep the game deloaded, and it's a pretty cool skip to get by that. But, you'll see in a second, I try it, and it doesn't actually do anything, you could probably try it. I don't know if it'll fix it, but I think they actually fixed one of the bigger glitches, which is props on Steel Wool's end. I mean, that's one of the biggest things they could have done. So, I'm glad for y'all. Okay, so you can see we're still in the daycare, but there's actually a reason I'm in here. it's to see if you can still glitch into the daycare after doing it, which, after hearing that noise from behind me, I already knew that it could be patched, it could not be patched, I don't know. But you're going to see me fiddle around with it a bit, and, you know, it takes a bit to get ready, but eventually you'll get it, and you'll get something like this, which means they did not fix it. So, for those of you that want to get back into the daycare and see if you missed that flashlight upgrade that's stuck on the tower, well, you can still get it. Okay, so you can see we're back in the atrium, and I'm going to save just to make sure that whenever I continue, it brings me back to the save file. Which is when I notice they finally made the save stations non-pixelated. Now, later in the game I'll see, like, some of the other pixelated things, like, some of the other save stations are still a bit pixelated, but that's because they're errored. Maybe it's changed in an earlier game, but that is one of my favorite changes they've made. Props to Steelwool, I love this update already. Now we're over here at L Chips. You may be wondering, what kind of glitch could be in L Chips? Well, I'll tell you, it's a glitch where you get one of those containers, hiding spots, you know. And whenever you go in from the back of it, and you try to exit, it'll put you out of bounds. Now, I'm not sure if they fixed it or not. It's a pretty minor glitch, not much you can do. Actually, there is kind of it, I don't know. But it seems like a big enough glitch to where they could have possibly fixed it. I'm not sure. But, you know, there's always a chance. Okay, so here I am going over to the thing, getting into the back of it, and making sure I am in the pure back, and hopping out, and yep, they did not fix the glitch. So you can still go out of bounds with this glitch, so if you want to try it, I'd try it now before they possibly patch the game again. I don't think they're going to do it. Ruin's probably the last bit of thing that this game is ever going to get. Now, after fiddling around a bit to figure out what I can try next to see if this update's any better or not, well, I come up with the best idea for my PS4 self, which is going to the beloved hell of Monty Golf. Now, the ride down the elevator into Monty Golf is no problem at all. Like, I'm used to this at all, it never crashes my game. But the elevator ride back is a completely different story. I mean, I've played PS4 Security Breach many times. I can tell you, it is not fun. So, I sit there, and waiting to see if my game will crash. Being very positive it will. Now, I'll just let you watch. Hearing those elevator doors open was the best thing of my life, like, ever. Maybe it could have been that I was standing still the whole time, not doing anything, and the fat guy didn't bring Freddy in the elevator. But I like to imagine that Steelwool fixed all my problems, and now I love them, like, a lot. I'm sorry for the short upload, but, you know, I didn't really feel like recording another video, and the videos I was working on aren't really the quickest things in the world, and I can't really get them to work. So, I hope you liked the video. I'll see you next time in the next video. Goodbye.